Merry Christmas, viewers. Jeff from McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. Hope everybody has a great Christmas break, festivities with the family and friends, and let's hope or let's make 2022 a great year. We're the ones that can make it a great year. It's in our hands, so just let's get on and do with it. Thanks for all the support throughout the year on the videos. I only started, I think, halfway through the year, or April, May this year. I'm really enjoying doing them, and I'm getting a lot of feedback and a lot of requests to do some aspects of gardening and etc. Now I'll address that next year. All I want to talk about today is looking back and looking forward. At the end of each season, I look back at what we've done, where we've had some good things and bad things, and look where we can improve, and then look at a strategy to implement them for the next year. So looking back, looking forward. First thing is price rises. There's 20,000 videos on price rises on lawn care. It's totally confusing. I'll keep it simple. All my customers, once every 2 years, put up between $5 to $10 a property. That means like a 50 will go to 60, or a 70 will go to 80, etc. I do it all at once, never had a complaint, and I look at it this way. I've had those customers for many years. For the sake of a few dollars, they're not going to drop you. They're not going to, they've already got your trust. You already do a great job. So why would they go with someone else for the sake of a few dollars? Now, if they do grumble about a few dollars, they're probably tight asses, so it's not worth hanging on to them. If I was a newbie, I'd probably wait a couple of years before I put my first lot up. And when I do, I'd put them up in thirds or halves, so a group of customers at a time, rather than do the whole lot and then test the market. Customer the other day, over 35 years, very well to do. I said, John, it's a lot of years we've been together, and you've paid out a lot of money to look after the garden. Turned around and said to me, worth every cent. That made me feel really good. I walked away and felt, well, it's nice to be appreciated, and those sort of customers are gold, and you do everything and provide the best of service. They're my platinum customers, love them. Commercial customers, I put up 5% per year. Very simple procedure. It is a bit more competitive in the commercial area where they go on dollars, and obviously depending on how big the premises is, sometimes the price rises. You just got to be careful and just sneak them up gradually as the years go on. But at the end of the day, if you don't increase your prices, you're going to be left behind. So that's one thing that I like to make sure, is that I keep abreast of all the costs and running. The next thing I like to look at is my target market. Over the last few years, I've targeted the high-end properties and done quite well out of it. I'll continue that strategy for the next year or two. I'll look at the same type of premises in the same areas. I don't want to do clean-ups where the grass is up to here and I'm pulling long weeds, and I'm too old for that. When I was a young bloke, I could fly through that and make good money, but I'm getting on a bit to be able to tackle that. But look at your own circumstance, and if you're up for it, it's big money in cleanups. But make sure that you're healthy and the body can stay fit. Now, I've been doing it 35 years, so I'm pretty lucky at the moment, and I think I've learned how to pace myself. The other thing I like to look at now is advertising. Have a look at all your free listings on the internet over the years that you've got on, and make sure they're all up to date. So going into the new year, look at adding some further advertising. I advertise in a local dossier, and the rest of it comes from my webpage and free listings from the Google. So just at the end of each year, I'll just tickle them up and make sure it's all up to scratch. Add a few new photos in, some of the new before and afters, and some of the properties that you maintain, some of the new ones you've got. It's nice to keep changing the pictures, so it helps. Now, my ranking, I'm pretty fortunate in my village. I'm number 1, number 2 ranking, so I always get quite a few calls there. Okay, the other thing is equipment. Last year, at the end of last year, I decided to go battery. I went battery for my pole hedger, whippersnipper, brush cutter, chainsaw, blowers, what what else is there? That's about it at the moment. So that was quite successful. Very happy with the battery. I used the Husqvarna. I found that they were very strong. Warranties, no worries about getting things fixed if it had a problem, which I had. I think I had a hedger that I had a little problem with, and that was fixed in no time. Stocked up with plenty of batteries, so that I go the whole day and have some spare batteries left over at the end of the day, so I don't have to charge on the run. Now, next year and years to come, I'm looking at the self-propelled battery ones. Not quite up to the commercial standards, but I do hear that Husqvarna is looking at bringing something out next year apparently. So we'll wait and see on that. So if I can go full battery, other than my zero turn, I'm probably not. I know that they are, but it's a bit out of my league as far as dollar-wise. On the Hustler zero turn I have, I'm quite happy with that, and I'll probably start. That'll see my days out. Another thing I look at in the past year is how can I do things better? Can I communicate with certain customers a bit better? Can I provide more services for those customers? I'll analyse each customer at the end of the year and think, gee, I really should push on the hedging of their pedestrians, or the lawns have always been a little bit shabby. Maybe you need to look at a spraying program, fertilising, offer those little extra services there. It's been a hectic year, and I'll probably run out of time, but next year what I plan to do is probably not so many new clients, but probably service the existing ones a little bit more. I always upsell, but I like to analyse at the end of the year each customer, go through each customer. I've got a portfolio of photos of the property and just work out where we can improve it and help them along, and then just communicate that with the customer, and it works out really well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. That's a wrap for 2021. Glad to see the end of it after the COVID and all the lockdowns we've had. The last 2 years we've had many months of lockdowns, and we'll hope we'll be home free, and we're nearly 95% vaccinated in our state, and a lot of us are all triple vaccinated now, so let's hope that it'll do it. But anyway, whether you're a believer or not, I just want to get on with this thing and get back to work and work with everything with no problems. Thanks for your support. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed before, and we'll produce some new videos in the new year, and we might look at some techniques of how I go about mowing lawns and gardening and etc. And be interested to see everybody else how they do it as well, because we all learn from each other. It's a great medium, this YouTube. I love it, and some of the subscribers that I've subscribed to, I've learned a few things myself. You can still teach an old dog new tricks. Never ever forget. You always learn something. All right, guys. See you next year. Bye.